Hi, I'm MrByZ back again, and I'm going to be looking at the Vintage Collection Carbonized set. This is the Walmart exclusives. They were supposed to be up for pre-order on October 7th, but like they leaked early. If you were watching things, they actually had them up for pre-order. I think it was on Sunday prior, and I was one of the lucky ones to get in on that, and so I went ahead and ordered them. And one of the amazing things is how they showed up. So let's start with that, and then we'll go ahead and open these up. So these carbonized figures showed up in an actual box, not a padded envelope, with lots of padding inside and lots of room for 6 figures. All you can see how they were packed in here underneath that, and they all showed up in really good shape. So impressively, here we are. I mean, they were supposed to be released the 7th. I ordered them the 3rd, and lo and behold, by the 7th, I had most of them. The 8th, I got the last one. So we have Moff Gideon, the Incinerator Trooper, the Shore Trooper, and the Armor. But the Shore Trooper is the only one we haven't had on a vintage card like this. We have a Shore Trooper on a Rogue One card, but not a Mandalorian card. Now, the last set over here, I did not buy all these for a loose set. I have a Stormtrooper and a Death Trooper loose, just for, I don't know, I just ended up, I could buy them, and so I did. I ended up buying 2 sets when I got these, and it wasn't something I had planned on doing. It just kind of happened that way. So I'm going to go ahead and open up one of each, and we'll take a look at them. So because of the amazing way that these figures showed up to me, it was hard to pick, well, which is the worst ones and which ones should I open. So just to kind of give a look here, you can see the foil, or whatever they call it, for the outside. It is like a double card, like it's much thicker. You can even see, like here at the corner, how, kind of, if I can focus in on that, it's actually folded over. It's like 2 pieces folded over rather than where we just get 1 piece. So I think it's like twice as thick. See what the back looks like and how shiny that is. So the cards are actually very nice on these. We're going to go ahead and open off Moff Gideon first. Kind of remind me a little bit of like the Rogue One packaging, in that the bubble actually goes underneath that top layer card. It doesn't actually get heat sealed to the card backer like we normally see. And as such, I can show you once I get this bubble off. It kind of goes in there. And I'm sure it has something to do with the card design with the foil lining, because I've seen this on the 6-inch stuff, like the San Diego Comic-Con, I think this was, Boba Fett, that has a very foil-lined card, or the Celebration Luke Skywalker. All those kind of have the same idea, where the bubble kind of goes in. All right, so here, kind of show, so you can see the bubble went in underneath this. There's no bubble on the outside here. It's all on the inside. So you can kind of see where the 2 layers kind of meet there too, which is kind of neat. So here's Moff Gideon. Now, I'm not a big fan of the carbonized figures. Right now, I'm questioning why I bought 2 of each, but I did. And I don't know. I know it's a cash grab. It's just, you know, let's repaint these figures, put them out, people will buy them. Crazy people like me. So, you know, it's just the figure that we've had before with what they call carbonized, which just is just this shinier looking paint. And on Gideon, it's even harder to see, in my opinion. His armor probably looks a little more shiny. Let me go grab the original Gideon so we can really compare. So here you go. If you looked at these 2, which would you say is the carbonized version? You know, I know which one it is, and it's hard to see the differences. This is the original right here, this one right here, and this one over here is carbonized. It's really hard to tell. It doesn't, you know, if I bring it in, I mean, he looks a little bit shinier, but it's a different kind of shiny. Like, he's kind of a glossy shiny. You see, it looks a little more like gray, like what do they call that? An aircraft aluminum gray type of thing, gunmetal gray, that type of thing. So it's kind of got a gray tinge to it instead of the glossy black. It's really hard to see the difference there. So, you know, of course, the previous figures, oh, I guess we had Cara Dune was done. I was going to say we didn't have any human figures with human face anyway. But, yeah, I don't know. Is this worth it? Well, I guess if you needed a Gideon, it's worth it. I don't even see the Darksaber doesn't really look like extra glossy or shiny or anything. So that's unfortunate. So, you know, that's Moff Gideon. Not a big difference there. Next, we'll look at the armor here, which this was an easy one to pick which one to open. It has a big old dent in the bubble. But Yeah, you can see we got the shiny card and everything. I also noticed, I don't think I noticed this before, but this carbonized sticker, this is actually a sticker I can feel on the edge of it where it is. So we'll go ahead and open up the armor and compare her to the original as well. It's funny, I don't think I've ever opened up these type of cards, because any of them I've gotten on the Black Series, I've always bought just to be carded, usually because there's something I already had, and I didn't open up. Well, I guess I did open 2 of the previous Carbonized because I used them for dioramas and such with the Stormtrooper and the Death Trooper. Alright, so here is the Armorer with her 2 tools here. I can see, like, initially I can look at her, I can see the shininess in her. I bet when we go to compare, you're going to see a bigger difference than with Gideon. Getting everything out here. Sorry, I don't do like the one bubble, like grab, one hand bubble grab there, like I see a lot of people doing. So here you can see she's a lot shinier. You can see how it's the light's reflecting off of her chest plate and everything. Like, I can look at this and really tell that it is shiny. So we'll do a comparison here. I have the light on. It should be a little even more obvious, the light. So hopefully you can tell this is the carbonized one. You can see the light's really shining off of her armor. Her helmet's a little shinier. I'll move them in here a little. Oh, wait. I'll do this. There we go. So you can really tell this looks a dull. I mean, this one, the paint is still shiny on it, but you can really see how shiny it is on her, which is nice. With the armored figures, this whole carbonized idea works pretty well. Although it's too shiny. The character definitely isn't that shiny in the show, but that really gives you an idea of what the difference is, which is kind of what I wanted to go for. I also noticed that the tools have a little bit more shininess than the regular flat gray that we had there on the original. So there's that. And then, of course, we look at the cape here. You can see her cape's even shiny here, which is odd. But, I mean, the whole thing's supposed to be carbonized, so it's not like they're just carbonizing the armor, but even with the cape shiny there. Next, we'll look at the Incinerator Trooper, and him, too, I can see he looks shiny in there. Of course, the Incinerator Trooper is that figure. Any of you remember what a pain it was to get this figure, the original Walmart exclusive of, not carbonized, but the original, and it was a pain, and all the issues that went on with there. I ended up buying one, I think, for extra money on eBay just to get my second one, which then I ended up with another one because I was able to get off Walmart eventually. But, like, I had them pre-ordered and they got canceled, like a lot of people had that happen. So let's go ahead and open him up. And this is a case where, like, it's a Stormtrooper. I can't have too many, right? Anybody who builds dioramas like I do, or, does big scenes and that, the more Stormtroopers, the better. Even though I'm pretty sure in the show, they only show 1 Incinerator Trooper. This will make 3 loose ones in my set, so... oh, well, it doesn't mean there wasn't another one just off camera, so I'm okay with that. It's not like, in Force Awakens, they go in with just 1 Flame Trooper. There's several there, so. All right. The Incinerator Trooper is pretty cool. Of course, it's not the first time we've gotten any type of Incinerator Trooper. There was the Force Unleashed Incinerator Trooper. Boy, this is... Look at that. Look how they do that. Can I get that? Which way does this... I don't remember having this problem before. Hold on. It's like attached through the bubble. Okay. Oh, okay. So I see I gotta go through. How fun. Okay. I don't remember the original being like this. I've opened a couple of them. All right. And we'll get his flame effect here. There we go. So here is our Incinerator Trooper. You can see he's a little bit shiny and stuff. It's like... brand new, right off the assembly line, right? Looks like he's got a good trigger finger. One of my my Incinerator Troopers does not have a good trigger finger. It's like really wonky, like sticking way out. It's kind of funny looking. We'll go ahead and attach the flame here. I always feel like with my figures, I always want to display them with this. Most of the time, with as many of the accessories as I can. So all my Incinerator Troopers have the flame coming out. because otherwise I have to put that flame effect away somewhere else. So here we go. All right, so here we have the carbonized and the original. Hopefully you can see the carbonized, like, it's kind of a different shininess. You can definitely see the shininess and the pauldron and everything. And it's not that he's not clear and glossy and everything, but you can see like the red is slightly, I don't want to say tinted, more maroon. I don't know how to put that, because I say maroon, yet it looks light at the same time. Like part of the armor almost looks like a pearlescent type of idea. Even the flame effect there looks a little bit different. This looks like a slightly different shade of red than that. So you can really see that there is a little difference, and yet not a whole lot. I mean, if you put this on the shelf with a whole pauldron, you know, whole squadron of troopers, is anybody going to notice that one's a little shinier than another? Somebody might, but in the end, you just get extra troopers. So it's really, I mean, it's there, you can see it, but not a whole lot. It's interesting that each waves of these have given us one figure on a brand new card for each one, with the Death Trooper in the first one, and here the Shore Trooper, and of course both are from Rogue One too, which is interesting. But of course Mandalorian uses all sorts of things that are in the existing universe, so it's not like it's that big a deal. But you know, if they can do this, they could easily give us a Shore Trooper with Mayfield's head, or even a Shore Trooper with Din Djarin's head, right? It seems like an easy repaint, and I would take that over Carbonized Shore Trooper any day, even as a Walmart exclusive. I know, how dare I say such things. So I think this is the biggest difference of all. You can see the carbonized one just looks gold. I almost feel like it looks shinier, more golden off the camera than it does on camera here. But, you know, there's a big difference between these two. You can see the mold's exactly the same. You know, they're the same figure, but man, that carbonized one is much, much shinier. Even his gun is shiny. It looks almost golden too. Look at the back here. And like his pants are shiny. Which, again, the whole idea what Hasbro's doing here is they're carbonizing the whole figure. They're not just doing armor bits and stuff like that. So you can see what a big difference that makes. So this is definitely the biggest difference of a figure. And it is, of course, the only figure with a brand new card, too. So it's probably the one that everybody's going to be after. Plus, it's a troop builder and all that sort of fun stuff. So this might be the one if you're wanting to grab some quick, or, you know, make sure that you get the one that's going to be harder to go. This will probably be the one to go after. Yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong on them. Just guessing here. But just based on that idea that it's different, it's going to be on a different card, and it's a troop builder. So that's the Shore Trooper. Big difference on this. So what do you guys think? Are these carbonized figures worthwhile? I say no. I'm stupid enough to buy them, but I keep buying them. But I don't think they're that interesting. I didn't think they were that interesting when they introduced them with the 6-inch stuff. And I would like to see them, if they're going to do this carbonized. I mean, when they first introduced it, I thought maybe they're experimenting with this to see what it will look like. And eventually we'll see this on a Phasma or a 3PO or something like that. And we haven't seen that yet. Carbonized 3PO, carbonized Phasma. I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to see that sort of thing. 6-inch or 3 3/4 inch. Just to see what it looks like, have a good comparison. It's not going to be the same as vac metallized, but will it look better? I mean, this is a nice golden color, much better than what we're getting on most C-3POs right now. So that could be really cool. But I'd like to see Hasbro go with that rather than just, hey, let's take 4 figures and repaint them. So, but using it more where it totally makes more sense. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. I thought I'd really show the difference between a normal card and one of these carbonized cards. So as you can see, like here, if I get down, you can see how this raises up as a second layer, and this doesn't have it. It's just a flat card. And to get the idea of the thickness, the top one there, so I can get this focused, and that's the carbonized. The bottom one is just a normal vintage. It's hard to see it, but it is definitely thicker. I mean, you can feel it for sure. It's hard to bend. Like with this, I can press like that and you can see it bend. I give the same pressure here. It's not doing as much. So that gives you an idea of the the difference between the thickness. Here, you can really see it on the corners here. Between the carbonized and then the normal vintage collection.